So today we'll start on our back. So you can lay on your back, just gently gazing up towards the sky, arms down beside you. And just firmly plant your feet on the floor with the knees bent. And just take a moment for 3 breaths in and out of your nose to your belly and ribs. Allowing the exhales to offer surrender to the floor, your body completely relaxing. If there is any tension, bring some awareness to those spaces and offering the exhale as a soothing place to let go, soothing offering. As you take this breath in and out through your nose to your belly and ribs, perhaps in the next couple rounds, you can also be more aware of the feeling of your feet in its connection to the earth and the earth rising up to meet your feet. And now, even with more detailed attention of each toe pad touching the floor, the balls of the feet touching the floor, and the heels touching the floor. Working with some themes of stability today, or stabilization. And this is going to be a mix of movement and stillness. Stillness offering stabilization and allowing any excess energy or tension to be kind of dissolved from the body simply with our awareness on the moment, on the present moment experience. So take one last breath, feeling the whole body touching the floor. And bring your knees into your chest, hands on your shins or the backs of your thighs, and just gently squeeze in on the breath in. And then straighten the elbows, lifting these away from your chest on the breath out. Squeezing in on the breath in. And straightening the elbows on the breath out, knees away from the chest. And one more time, in. And out. We'll place your feet on the floor once again, hip distance apart. You can even tuck your heels in a little closer towards your bum. You might be able to tickle the heels with your fingers. Keeping the arms down beside you, I'm going to do some bridge rolls. As you breathe in, lift your bum off the floor, lift your arms up overhead, right over your head, so it lands on the ground, and then exhale, bring the arms down and the bum to the floor once more. That's the movement. As you breathe in, we'll lift for 4, 3, arms come overhead, 2, lift the bum, reach the arms, and then exhale, come down, no count needed. Perhaps having the hands and the bum land at the same time. Again, inhale, lift for 5, lifting the bum, 4, arms come overhead, 3, reach with the arms, 1, and then exhale, come back down. And we're starting to align the movement of the body and the breath to each other. Okay, inhale, lifting for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and the end of our breath is the full reach. And as we exhale and come back down, when we eventually touch the floor, that's when the breath, the exhale is completed ideally. Here we go 2 more times. Let's inhale for 7 seconds. 5, reaching up and over, 3, squeeze the bum, reach. Exhale, come back down, and perhaps the hands land same time as your bum to the floor. This takes time to get in sync for sure. And then last one, inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5. We'll probably have to slow down those arms and hips a little bit more. 2, 1, and then exhale, everything comes down. And sometimes one side might be a little quicker than the other, and that's very normal. Don't worry about it at all. Once you've landed, take a full belly breath and a sigh out through the mouth. Beautiful. Take a roll to one side. Use your hand to help you up towards tabletop, hands and knees. Okay, spread the fingers nice and wide. Knees are under your hips and the toes point behind you. Let's do a couple cat-cows. As you breathe in, let's dip the belly towards the floor, lift the heart and gaze, keep your elbows straight. And then exhale, curl your toes under, look under your body to your knees and round your back to the ceiling, pressing the ground away through your hands. Inhale, point the toes, dip the belly, lift the heart and gaze, keeping the elbows straight. Exhale, curl the toes, curl the spine, the ceiling, looking under to your knees as you press the ground away through your hands. Okay, one more time, inhale. It's like we're moving through the whole spine notch by notch as we breathe in and look up. And the same as we exhale, allowing the tailbone to dip down first and the belly lifts to the sky, mid-back, chin tucks. Okay, come back into a neutral spine. Walk your hands back and come up onto your knees. If your knees are sensitive, just put a little cushion under your knees or under your shins, especially if the floor is a bit hard. Maybe you got some hardwood going on. And just give yourself some comfort. We're not here too long. Okay. Breathe in, lift your arms up. Start tall, right from pinkies, from the hips. And then exhale, start to fold forward, reaching your hands towards the toes, tucking the chin, and the head might one day land on the ground. And the arms relax to the floor. And then inhale, we'll reach back up, nice wide and high. All the way up, lifting the arms overhead. And then exhale, let's fold for 4, 3, 2, reaching hands to feet, head maybe touches the floor. Okay, let's go back up. Inhale, reach all the way up. And then exhale, folding for 5, 4, navel in, 2, tucking the chin, reaching the hands to the feet. Inhale, rise back up. And then exhale, fold for 6, 5, 4. And we're really attempting not to have the hands beat to the breath. Okay, really aligning to the breath. 2, 1, and then inhale, rise all the way up. Last lift. And just relax the arms down beside you. However you'd like, come to standing. So maybe it's one foot and then the hands to help you come up all the way to standing. And if we have low blood pressure, we're going to want to keep that chin slightly drawn in and the eyes open anytime we rise up from the floor. Okay, move into a little bit of movement again, and then we'll find some stillness as promised. So at the front of our mat, feet hip distance apart. And so take a step back with the right foot, maybe about 3 or 4 feet back. And there's space between the feet. So it's like we're on train tracks with our feet. So you can actually see there's space between my feet here. And the back toes point out ever so slightly to the right. Okay, front knee bends forward, knee over ankle. Bring your hands to your hips, draw the left hip back, right hip forward, and make sure the back heel is firmly planted and the back knee is straight. Okay, we might even feel some activation of our right glute. Breathing in, grow nice and tall. And then exhale, maybe lunge it just a touch more, keeping pressure through that back right heel. Beautifully done. Okay, straighten your front leg. Bring the right arm up to the sky, palm faces in. If the shoulder's tender, just bend the elbow. Okay, bring your left hand behind your back so the palm faces out and away. Breathe in to grow tall. And exhale, start to fold forward, hinging at your left hip crease, bending your front knee forward as you extend through your right fingers. Right hand is a little higher than your head if possible. Inhale to rise up. First lifting and then straightening the front leg. You guys got the movement. Okay, want to really try to keep that arm by our ear and not lagging to the floor. Okay, let's do our breath. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, start to fold for 4, 3, bending the front knee, 2, looking down, reaching through the right fingers, press to the back heel, and then inhale, rise all the way up. Squeeze your bum, straighten your front leg, look forward. Exhale, fold for 5, 4, 3, tack the left hip back, front knee bends, reach through the pinky, and then inhale, rise all the way up. Straighten the front leg, squeezing your bum. Exhale, fold for 6, 5, 4. So we really have to slow the front knee bend down to match the breath. 2, reach through the fingers, press through the back heel. Inhale, rise. Starting to feel like heat now in the body. Exhale, fold for 7, 6, 5. Reach through the elbow. 2. Reach, reach, reach. Press to the back right heel. And then inhale all the way up. And then folding for 8 seconds. When you're ready, just count in your own head. Okay, so if you need an extra sip of breath, it's okay. Press to the back heel. Keep that right arm lifted. And then hold here. Bend your right elbow. Bring your right hand to your hip. Bring your left hand to your hip so both elbows are pulling up and back. Front knee is bent, back heel presses down. Start to straighten the front leg just enough that there's a micro bend in your left knee and draw the left hip back. We're looking down, not forward. Keeping alignment from our tailbone to the back of the neck. And this is our moment of stillness and stabilization. Feel the breath move in and out through the back of your body. Find a point of focus for your gaze and hold. Both feet very strongly rooted into the earth. One is not overpowering the other in strength or holding the posture. And if we have a little excess energy or misdirected energy, you may find that there's a little bit of shaking going on or wiggles. And that's just normal if we've been very busy in our lives or sporadic or feeling a little unstable. And our mindfulness and holding here with steady breath, don't hold your breath. We allow a little bit of awareness. We offer grounding. 3 seconds, 2. Good, bend the front knee, rise up slowly, squeeze your right glute. And step to the front of your mat, as many steps as it takes. I'm gonna step to my middle so I can face you. Arms down beside you. Be tall and breathe naturally. You might even notice a little difference in the left rib cage for your breathing. And one leg might feel a little different than the other. Maybe one feels more heavy, more grounded. Good. Okay, we'll do the other side. I'm just turning around for visual on the screen. Okay, we'll step the left foot back this time. Right foot is forward. And there's a little space between our feet. Now I look like I have a long stance. I have long legs. Okay, so you might be shorter or you might be longer. As a reminder, we have a little space between our feet, so it's not heel on heel, but there's spaciousness between both heels. And the back foot turns out ever so slightly to the left. As you lunge forward, the knee should be right over the ankle and not beyond. Hands on our hips. Okay, let's draw that right hip back a little bit so it feels like the left thigh is turning in and down. Pull the navel in and find our lunge so we know it's a good stance for us. Back heel roots to straighten up the back leg. Take a breath in to go tall. And the exhale maybe to lunge just a little more. Beautiful. Let's bring the left arm up. Left palm faces in. Right hand turns back behind us. Palm faces out. Okay, so knuckles to the tailbone. Straighten the front leg. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale to start to fold forward, hinging at the right hip crease, starting to bend the right knee forward as we get maybe about halfway through, reaching through the left arm. Inhale to rise, straightening the front leg, squeezing the left glute. Exhale, fold for 4, 3, 2, shifting the gaze down. Inhale to rise. Exhale, folding for 5, 4, 3, bending the front knee, reaching to the left pinky, and then inhale, rise. Straighten the front leg, squeeze your bum. Exhale, fold for 6, 5, 4. Keep that left arm up by your ear if possible. Reach. Bend the front knee. Inhale, rise. Squeeze your bum. Straighten the front leg. Exhale, folding for 7. 6, 5, 4. Press through your back heel firmly. Reach to the left pinky. Press to the front heel to rise back up. Get some strength there in the right leg. And then fold again on 8 counts on your own count. So if you need to pause for an extra breath before folding, it's fine. Remember, we're going to hold at the bottom of that 8 count. Don't hold the breath with posture. The left hand comes back. The right hand comes to the waistline. Elbows draw up and back. Okay. And we're going to straighten that front leg a little bit. How much is probably going to be dependent on your right hamstring, the back of your right leg. Okay, and what's actually comfortable for you, what feels safe. We're looking slightly down so the neck is in line with the rest of the spine. We're going to put a little more weight into the right heel and the outer edge of the back left foot. Okay, the gaze is slightly down to find a focal point so that we can be really aware of how the body is responding on this side to the holds. Stability comes from within. Comes from our ability to be really present with our experience in the moment. Even if the body is shaky or getting hot, or whatever's happening, this is a natural process of offering stability. And to redirect some of the sporadic energy, the unhelpful, maybe prana, if you know that word, in the body, okay, out into the ground. Got a few more seconds left. You know, if we're really feeling it in the back hip and we're worried it's going to cramp or anything like that, we can always bend the front knee. Never be shy to adjust for your body. 3, 2, and 1. Rise up, bend the front knee. Straighten it, and then step to the front of your mat. I'm going to just step to my middle so I can face you. Ooh, that side was harder. Arms down beside you if you'd like. Option to close the eyes. Few deep breaths in and out, and you may still have some stuff going on in the legs in response to the posture. It's fine, just let it be. Whatever is coming up for you, whatever's happening is perfect as it is. Okay, let's go ahead and bring ourselves to the middle of the mat if you'd like, or whatever's comfortable. Feet hip distance apart. We've done this one a few weeks before, so some of you may be familiar. Hip distance apart. We'll inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Then sit your bum back and down into a little chair. Now, it's important in your chair is that you're sticking your bum as way back as you can as you come down, so the knees are more over your ankles than your toes. Okay, but don't let yourself fall over. Okay, the spine is long, and if this is too much for the shoulders, arms parallel the ground, no problem at all, or potentially hands to thighs. Okay, just remember that. Just a couple little flows here. Breathe in, lift the arms. As you breathe out, just sit a little more, but keep the heart lifted and bring the arms back behind you. Inhale, arms reach back up to where it's comfortable for you. And then exhale, sit a little bit and bring the arms back. We're not folding fully. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms sweep back. And just see if you can really match the breath with the length of the movement and vice versa. So I'm fully back behind me with my arms sweeping back. It's the finishing of the exhale, and as the inhale comes up, it's the full inhale. Good, last one. And let's fold forward over our legs. We're going to dangle here for a moment, grab opposite elbows if you'd like, bend the knees a lot for more comfort in the low back. Shift the weight around the soles of the feet until you find nice middle ground, and we'll hold. We'll bring your fingers to the ground if they aren't already. Take a step back with either one of your feet and bring the knee to the floor. Both knees will come back. Okay. We're going to go ahead and walk our hands over to the left, but we're going to keep the hips in line with the knee. So walking the hands over to the left. So we're in a big side bend. You're going to tack that right hip back. So you're going to try to feel like your right thumb wants to pull back as you stretch forward and out through your right hand. And we're going to sink our heart towards the floor, perhaps bending the left elbow for support. We put the forearm of our left elbow under our head or a pillow. And just take a few deep breaths through the side body. We're not here very long. It's just a little stretch before we do some movement again. And come back to center. Switch to the other side. And this can be done with the bum way further back on the heels as well as an option if the knees aren't loving it. And we'll stretch out through the left arm, try to tack that left hip back, and then bring the head towards the ground. We could be on a cushion. Our forearm is supporting the head, perhaps. Depends on your individual mobility and comfort. And then we can come back to center and come towards seated. And you can sit on your shins for this. And this is a little bit for digestion. We've been working kind of from the feet up today. And the digestion holds a lot of the elemental aspects of the body. So you can sit on your shins if that's not comfortable. You could sit on the edge of a chair, cross-legged. This is most ideal. Second ideal would be sitting on a chair if this isn't going to work for the knees. Okay, you're going to take your hands out in front of you, like mine. Bring the thumbs to the inside of the palms and then wrap your fingers around your thumbs. You're going to take now your little fist here and you're going to find where your rib cage is, the bottom of your rib cage, the bony part, okay, or the firm part. And we're going to go just below that and you'll notice your belly button is a little bit lower. Okay, and it's going to feel a bit soft, especially on your exhale. And on the inhale, you're going to feel that the hands want to press away from the belly. Okay, and this is a little digestive fun for you today. Okay. As you breathe in, I'm just going to go nice and tall. As you breathe out, you're going to start to kind of pull the knuckles into the belly as you fold forward. So the knuckles are squishing in towards the tummy. If you've never done any abdominal work like this, it will be very uncomfortable. So only go as far as is okay for you. Nausea is also very normal. And as you fold forward and you breathe in, you let the hands relax a little, so no pressure. And when you breathe out, you're going to try to just gently kind of massage your fists in towards the belly, only on the exhale. It'll be very uncomfortable if you do it on the inhale. Okay, we won't be here too long, but it's very important that we combine the breath with our movement of the hands into the belly on the exhale. And notice if there's any resistance, not just in the belly, but are you clenching your teeth or your shoulders at your ears? Can we let go of the unnecessary tension spots in the body and really focus on the gut area? Beautiful. On your next inhale, you'll start to rise, and that inhale is going to help pop the fists out of your belly. And then we can undo our hands, place the hands on the thighs, and take a couple of deep breaths. If you're feeling any big response from that, know that it will pass. It's very temporary. Most common being some dizziness or some nausea, but it will definitely pass. Okay, then we can transfer onto our back. Now we'll bring the arms and legs up to the sky so that the legs are perpendicular to the ground, the arms are perpendicular to the ground, parallel to your legs. Just taking a moment to breathe and notice how it feels in your breath. This is just nice. We did a lot of leg postures today, so it's just giving a little bit of relief for the legs, draining the lymph nodes through the legs down into the pelvis and the belly. I'll just do a little bit of coordination, so bear with me. It's probably going to be a little more challenging on Zoom, but just listen as best you can. As you breathe in, we're going to stay here. As you breathe out, bring your right arm above you and your left leg towards the ground, and you're going to press out through your left heel, just hovering the ground with the left leg. And then inhale back to center, both arm and leg. And then exhale, we're going to bring the left arm above us, hovering the ground, and the right heel towards the ground, and you're going to try to kick out through that right heel. And then inhale back to center. Tricky part is don't move the limbs that aren't supposed to be moving. Okay, on your next exhale, right arm overhead, left heel towards the floor. Inhale back to center. Right heel towards the floor, left arm above you. Try not to move the right arm or left leg. Come back to center. One more time, both sides. Right arm, left leg. Back to center. And then the last side. Try not to move the right arm or left leg. Beautiful. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. And then place your feet on the floor. We're going to do our bridge again. Like we did at the very beginning. Arms down beside you, feet hip distance apart on the floor. Knees bent. As you breathe in, lift your bum off the floor, lift the arms all the way overhead. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then exhale, come down. Okay, we're going to go a little higher with our breath count to start. Inhale, lifting for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, come down. Inhaling for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, big reach. Exhale, come down. Inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and come down. Now this last one, I want you to challenge yourself, counting in your own head. How slow can you go? How long can you make your own inhale? So it could be 8 again, it could be 9, could be much longer. So go ahead and just try it out for your last one. Beautiful. And then when you're done, no rush. Bring your knees into your chest. Bring your left hand to your right thigh and draw your legs across your body to the left for a twist and reach your right arm out to the right. Your gaze can go up or in the same direction as your right arm. However, if you're prone to migraines or headaches, it's better to look straight up to the sky, or if they're quite significant headaches and migraines, you would look in the same direction as your knees. Okay? 3 deep breaths. Focusing on this moment of stillness to offer our present moment awareness, our mindfulness that offers a stability that comes from inside. Okay, come back to center and switch sides. Excuse me. If you have a longer torso, you're more flexible, you might have to shift your bum a little bit to the left before letting your knees fall to the right. Again, the gaze choice is your own. If you're feeling very distracted today, focus on the rise and fall of your belly and any sensation around that area. Come back to center. Lengthen out your legs. Bring your arms down beside you, palms face up. Do any wiggles you need to get comfortable on your back. Maybe then adjust the neck, close the eyes, and start to once again feel the rise and fall of the belly and ribs with a deep conscious awareness. Sometimes we believe that stability comes from the outside. In some aspects, it definitely does, being able to have food or a roof over our head for sure. But the inner stability, the emotional and mental stability comes from within. As you continue to watch your breath rise and fall through your belly, notice the contact points of your body to the ground, starting at the heels, back of the calves, back of the thighs, the buttocks, the shoulder blades, the back of the hands, the elbows, back of the arms, back of the head. Once again, feel the whole body as contact points to the floor. Please know that you're welcome to stay here. Some bodies need more rest and recovery and rejuvenation from a practice, depending on how that practice opened up or settled in the body as we moved through it. So don't be shy to take a few more moments here if you'd like.